is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. End of quote. Repeat the line. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power. That a 10-year-old girl was a rape victim in Ohio, 10 years old. And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. To seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. To seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. That's last part is my judgment.
I'm so sorry. I had to start today's broadcast off with the latest blunders of our U.S. president. Well, in today's broadcast, I have some rather shocking information to share with you that's literally going to, well, shall I say, maybe make you smile ear to ear. But the mainstream media has just admitted a reality-altering confession about this administration that you're going to want to hear. But before I do, check out my partner at getthetea.com/Lisa. Right now, there is an amazing special just for my viewers. It's the bee pollen, which is really good for your immune system. And it comes with Get the Tea, the super strength tea, my favorite digestive tea on the planet. This stuff is amazing. And like I've said before, has really done wonders on my digestive system. But go there, check it out. They also have the apple cider one mixed for you there. But go to getthetea.com/Lisa and take advantage of that special offer. All right. So let's dive into mainstream media's shocking reports that they just put out about specifically Biden. You see, mainstream media has finally admitted something that I've been stating here on my channel for quite some time, and that is that Biden has some pretty serious health and mental issues. I am literally floored that mainstream media is actually bringing attention to this. And by the way, I'm no doctor. This is just my opinion. But now, New York Times, Washington Post, and CNN all seem to be hinting in that direction. And I'm guessing it's just because they're worried about midterms in the 2024 election. They've kind of got to get away from Biden in some way, shape, or form. But take a look here. Let's jump to NewYorkTimes.com because this one's pretty stunning. At 79, Biden is testing the boundaries of age and the presidency. President Biden has said he has plans to run for a second term, but his age has become an uncomfortable issue for him and his party. It goes on. Just a year and a half into his first term, Mr. Biden is already more than a year older than Ronald Reagan was at the end of 2 terms. If he mounts another campaign in 2024, Biden would be asking the country to elect a leader who would be 86 at the end of his tenure, testing the outer boundaries of age and the presidency. Polls show many Americans consider Mr. Biden too old, and some Democratic strategists do not think he should run again. It goes on, but they acknowledge Biden looks older than just a few years ago, a political liability that cannot be solved by traditional White House stratagems like staff shakeups or new communication plans. His energy level, while impressive for a man of his age, is not what it was, and some aides quietly watch out for him. He often shuffles when he walks, and aides worry he will trip on a wire. He stumbles over words during public events, and they hold their breath to see if he makes it to the end without a gaffe. I mean, what? Oh my gosh, is he going to make it in this teleprompter speech, or is there going to be another gaffe like in the beginning of this video? Imagine, is he going to make it? Oh my gosh, freaking Biden. But it goes on and expands even further in that same article. Although White House officials insist they make no special accommodations the way Reagan's team did, privately, they try to guard Biden's weekends in Delaware as much as possible. He is generally a 4 or 5 or 5 or 4.5 day a week president, although he is called at any hour, regardless of the day, as needed. He stays out of the public view at night and has taken part in fewer than half as many news conferences or interviews as his recent predecessors. Wait. So this is a straight up admission that Biden doesn't work on the weekends, because he needs to get rest because Biden's got some issues. And look, it's not, I mean, I know I laugh and stuff, but I feel sorry for the guy deep down. I mean, why is he the president of the United States if he can't even put two words together and can't even read directly from a teleprompter, right? And not to mention the numerous other issues, but now it's interesting that mainstream media is calling out. So not only does he not work necessarily any other day, but 4 to 5 days a week, right? Less than the average American, I guess, if you want to put it that way, unless he's called out. But he also tries to stay out of the public view at night. They conclude with this: Mr. Biden's public appearances have fueled that perception. His speeches can be flat and listless. He sometimes loses his train of thought, you think, has trouble summoning names, or appears momentarily confused. More than once, he has promoted VP Kamala Harris, calling her President Harris. Mr. Biden, who overcame a childhood stutter, stumbles over words like kleptocracy. He has said Iranian when he met Ukrainian, and several other times he'd call Senator Mark Warner, Democrat of Virginia, John, confusing him with the late Republican senator of that name from Virginia. Not my words. I honestly, look, I think his approval ratings are so low, that mainstream media is pulling away from him. They're really worried about midterms, and they're trying to save the Democrats by separating themselves from Joe Biden. But all of this, these are all very recent articles. The New York Times one was published on July 9th, but here's another one. The first one that came out was actually a Communist News Network article on CNN, and this came out on the 6th. Here it is. After a string of Supreme Court setbacks, Democrats wonder whether Biden White House is capable of urgency moment demands. And here's what CNN says. Top Democrats complain the president isn't acting with, or perhaps is even capable of, the urgency the moment demands. Rudderless, aimless, and hopeless is how one member of Congress described the White House. 24 leading Democrat politicians and operatives, as well as several within the West Wing, tell CNN they feel this goes much deeper than questions of ideology and posture. Instead, they say it gets to the question of basic management. CNN admits it, New York Times admits it, and now Washington Post even jumped in on the action and published this article on the 9th of July. 2 weeks long inside Biden's struggle to respond to abortion ruling. Many Democrats were dismayed by his slow-footed response, but cheered his more forceful tone and actions on Friday. And here's what they state for many Democrats. However, it's a little too late. Just one more example over the 2 weeks in which Biden and his team struggled to come up with a muscular plan of action on abortion rights. Wow. Not one, not two, but 3 mainstream media leftist articles come out attacking full force. Again, his approval ratings are at like 29%. Here we go. Joe Biden's approval ratings sink to historic low of 29%. Oh my. Yeah. See why the mainstream media is trying to distance themselves or get ahead of this disastrous run coming up in the 2024 election. You know, quite frankly, let me give you my honest opinion about what I see happening really soon. There's a couple options. A, Biden continues through 2024 through his new election period, but I don't think he's going to run. He could run. He may not run. Second, even though he's saying he's running. And maybe he really thinks he is, but I think his party is going to be like, no, man, no. 2, they kind of, he resigns. He resigns. Kamala becomes president, and that's just as bad of a disaster. They seek the 25th Amendment. You know, Biden isn't as healthy as he once was. Something happened. Who knows? But right now, I think the Democrats are desperate. They see everything completely failing for them big time. And that's going to hurt them for a very, very long time. Just saying. Whether or not anything pans out, I don't know. I'm just saying what the options could be for the Democrats in the future. And I don't necessarily see them not going after one of those options. Either way, we're stuck still with the Democrats. Biden and Harris, neither could really lead this country in the right direction. And both of them, well, Kamala Harris talks in circles. I don't know how else to describe that. But anyway, wanted to bring you the latest on all of that. Get to restrictiverepublic.com, by the way. I've got some amazing information that I'm going to be putting out there today. And if you really want truth of what's going on, look, we're limited here. Get there, get the news, know what's going on. And right now, Justice Knight and myself put videos, exclusive video content. So there's a couple authors on there. And not only that, but we also share, videos there without any of the commercial-free content. And right now you can get it for $5 per month for the entire first year. Use the coupon code TRUMP to get started there. And I can't push that enough. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.